Social media interactions become interesting only when it is two-way. You must get a fair chance to interact with the person you follow or the person whose videos you watch. I have started this new initiative, Ask Milestones to Wealth Anything, AMA in short, through which all of you can stay in touch, ask me questions you like to ask, clear your doubts on personal finance, learn more about Milestones to Wealth and about our PMS products, and stay connected. So this brings us closer. I am able to be closer to you, to help you in whatever way I can. You feel closer by asking whatever you wish to, and we grow together, helping each other along the way. So fill in this form and stay connected through Ask Milestones to Wealth Anything. Boring Stocks Index July review started in January 2023. To be precise, on the 1st of January 2023, this portfolio has completed 2 years and 7 months. So about 31 months into this journey, we've been seeing how we perform in a very boring equal weighted portfolio of 10 stocks against Nifty 50 TRI. This portfolio of 10 stocks was changed once on January 1st, 2024, when we took out 3 companies and brought in 3 new companies. On January 1, 2025, we did not make any changes. That option to make changes is available to us once in a calendar year. 7 months into this year, we have not used that option. But remember, this option to make changes will lapse at the end of the calendar year if we don't use it. And we would have the next year's option taking over. So we cannot carry forward the option to make 2 changes next year or changes twice next year. You can make only changes to the portfolio on 1 day in a calendar year. So this year's journey has been quite reasonable. If you invested 1 lakh of rupees in the Nifty 50 TRI on January 1st of 2025, it would be worth 1,05,261, giving you 5.26% returns. If you invested the same 1 lakh rupees in Boring Stocks Index on January 1st, 2025, you would have made 1,07,595 rupees, giving 7.59% in the Boring Stocks Index. So it's a clean beat of about 2.33% over the Nifty 50 TRI. The primary reason for this performance is that we had fewer stocks giving negative returns this year. Let me talk first about the stocks that gave negative returns. 3 companies, to be precise, gave negative returns. Coal India is down 1.2% this year. Sun Pharma is down 8.8% in this calendar year, and ITC is down 11.9%. These are the 3 companies which are given negative performances. Now to the positive performances. HDFC Bank has given 14.7% positive returns. ICICI Bank has given 15.4% positive returns. Reliance Industries 13.8% positive returns. Britannia Industries 20.4% positive returns. Bharti Airtel 21% positive returns. It's the best performing stock in the Boring Stocks Index. Maruti Suzuki 12.5% positive returns. And that's about it. So 7 stocks positive, 3 stocks negative, 2.33% beat over Nifty 50 TRI in the calendar year so far. But go back to the inception date and see what we have done since inception. That gives you a very interesting data point. If you invested 1 lakh in the Nifty 50 TRA on January 1st, 2023, it would be worth 1,41,147 rupees today, 41.15% returns, and the same money in the boring stocks index would become 1,80,334, giving you returns of 80.33%, roughly 39% outperformance. Now, over 27 months. If you look at active investing as a concept, the belief is that you can make changes to a portfolio and create weightages which will give you superior performance over an index, because index everything is set. We are today at a stage where more expensive stocks keep coming into the Nifty. Understand this very clearly. Any Nifty entrant has a very high PE and they replace relatively less expensive stocks. So the less expensive stock goes out and a more expensive stock gets into the Nifty. On the contrary, in the boring stocks index, we generally try to avoid that. So the average P ratio of the boring stocks index would be significantly safer than the average P stock of the Nifty if you remove the weightages. Weightages tend to change things a bit in the Nifty. So the P of the Nifty is actually controlled by weightages. But stocks getting in are more expensive always. This is a point that you can keep at the back of your mind. It's very, very important in portfolio construction to understand what risks you are taking to get this outperformance. Generally, I believe that we have taken lesser risk to beat the Nifty. That's the broad consensus that we will both agree on. And I also believe that changing the portfolio too often is not necessary. So this whole thing that in active investing you keep changing your portfolio often and therefore you'll incur more taxes and therefore it's better to do passive investing, in my opinion, is not a great argument. If you do your portfolio construction correctly, it's possible and we should keep trying. These are 2 points that are very, very important. Otherwise, if you look at last month's performance, which is very, very relevant, July's performance, luckily we haven't done too badly against the Nifty 50 TRI. Nifty 50 TRI lost 2.86%. If you put 1 lakh on July 1, it became 97,136 on the last day of July. And if you put 1 lakh in boring stocks index, it became 99,024. So we lost 0.98. Nifty 50 TRI lost 2.86, which means that when the market falls, we fall less. And let's look at the stocks that didn't perform in the boring stocks index. ITC minus 0.76. Larsen & Toubro minus 0.82, and then you have Coal India minus 3.44, Reliance minus 9.08, Bharti minus 4.20. So these are the stocks that didn't perform, which adds up to 5 companies. 5 didn't perform. So by extension, 5 stocks were positive. Now to the positive stocks. HDFC Bank plus 0.58. Maruti Suzuki plus 1.33, ICICI Bank plus 3.45, which is the best performing stock, and Sun Pharmaceutical plus 2.66. So the non-performing stocks in our portfolio didn't fall so much, therefore we fell less than the Nifty 50 TRI. That's the conclusion for last month. But these are assessments that keep changing, because as I record this video in these 10 days, a lot has changed. In the next 20 days, a lot more will change, and we will learn from these experiences. The whole objective of creating the boring stocks index is to learn in public, transparently, sharing all the details with you about how we created a portfolio that would race against the Nifty without too many changes, without the luxury of trading, and understand what it takes to build a good portfolio. This is just a small experiment, but it's a very, very interesting experiment. You're free to share your comments on this experiment in the comment section. That's meant for you to share your observations, your criticism, your feedback, and your suggestions. Thank you very much for being on this journey. We are going to take this journey further, and hopefully we make some changes someday in this calendar year before the year runs out. Let's see what we can do with the boring stocks index, and let's stay together in this journey. Thank you very much.